Olá, pessoal, sejam todos muito bem-vindos. É uma alegria muito grande ter vocês aqui hoje para esse encontro super especial. Já comenta aí de onde que você está assistindo, se está no Brasil, em qual estado que você está, e também se você já conhece o Bob. Comenta aí se você já assistiu alguma vez o Bob ao vivo, já teve a oportunidade de ver algum show dele. Vamos encher esse chat aí de histórias, beleza? Para quem não me conhece, eu sou o Ricardo Maca, sou guitarrista da banda The Headcutters, a banda que sempre acompanha o Bob aqui no Brasil há mais ou menos uns 14 anos. E eu sou também o idealizador da Escola do Blues, que é uma plataforma online onde você pode estudar blues em diversos instrumentos com os melhores professores aqui do Brasil. Professores que têm muita bagagem, com anos de carreira tocando blues, então aproveita aí, ó, se inscreve aqui no nosso canal do YouTube, no nosso canal do Instagram, no Facebook e entra no nosso site também para conhecer todos os nossos cursos, beleza? E hoje a gente vai conversar com uma verdadeira lenda viva do blues de Chicago. Ele não é apenas um músico, né? Um cara que estudou esse estilo. O Bob, ele é um legítimo bluesman. Ele é um cara que viveu mesmo essa cultura. É um cara que ajudou a criar o som do blues elétrico de Chicago, acompanhando os maiores mestres com o seu baixo elétrico. O Bob tem 95 anos de vida, mais de 70 anos vivendo o blues na estrada. E ao longo dessa trajetória, ele dividiu o palco com alguns dos maiores nomes, como Otis Rush, Jimmy Rogers, Sunnyland Slim, Ed King, Eddie Taylor e muitos outros. E é exatamente por isso que esse encontro é tão especial. E em função dos fusos horários, galera, essa live ela é gravada, tá? A gente queria transmitir para diferentes locais ao vivo, só que optamos por gravar com o Bob para ficar melhor para todos, principalmente por causa dessa barreira do idioma. Aí assim a gente conseguiu legendar tudo com calma para que todos possam entender, beleza? Mas a gente está ao vivo aqui no chat interagindo. Então aproveita esse momento, porque ouvir essas histórias direto da fonte é algo realmente raro nos dias de hoje. Então eu vou chamar agora o Bob para conversar com a gente. So, Bob Stroger, welcome Bob. Yeah,
All
man.
right. Good to be here.
Bob, it's a pleasure to have you here, man, on the Escola do Blues YouTube channel, man. It's a pleasure, man, to be with you one more time, man.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be hanging around.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, what about we start you telling the people just a little bit about your journey when you started to play the blues?
Well, it can be a long story. I try to make it short as I possibly can. But when I really got to Chicago, uh, I married a brother played guitar, and well, he was a maestro with Muddy Waters stuff, And matter of fact, when I first started playing, I can't think. I don't know if I played in the same way Abbott Collins played in his key. I don't know. We used to call the Spanish key as tuning, And so because and I just hanging around with those guys, and that's really sound good. I used to hang with them then. J.B. Hutto, he was just singing then, and I used to, I was the only one who had a car, and I used to kind of hang around and carry him to the gig, and it just kind of started from that. And as I said, when I started playing guitar, I was playing guitar then because the upright was too big to be carried around, and I was playing in Spanish key or what it is, you had to clamp everything, to play. If you wanted to go to A, you had to put a clamp on it. But
Yeah.
everything was kind of open tuning, And I started messing around with that. with him, and then it's got to be something I just love to do. It's got to be a passion. Never thought that I would play professional. And then I got married, and then we moved in a club right behind Silvio's, a club called Silvio's. And I would see Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf, and I could walk right out my back door and see those guys playing. They had the suits on and things. I say, oh, that'd be something I would love to do because I always wanted to do something with my life, and by me having a very short well, education. So I just figured out that was something I could kind of fool around and do. And I would listen to those guys playing, and yeah, I said I would like to do that. And then I met Fuzz and a boy called Bobby Anderson. And I say I was playing there, and I don't know if you know the group of Hip and Jewel. Of course, when we were playing, he used to come to when we was rehearsal, and he would say we two guitar players, and everybody was doing the same thing. And he used to say, "Well, that ain't the way music kind of go. You can't be doing the lump. He doing the lump, so you got to try to run some lines." And this kind of started from that, and then I met a boy called Bobby Anderson. They kind of taught me how to play in natural keys, the tuning, and that's what kind of got me away from the clamp, and that's kind of where it started from, and I just loved it so well. Never dreamed that I would play professional doing this, but finally, within the guy showed me. I really don't know who started. It was Dave Miles and another boy were playing it too. They were playing the rundown tuning on the bass, and they learned me how to play the octave lower, and I was playing guitar bass, and so that's the way that thing started, and from one thing to another. And matter of fact, when had my little group, the Red Tops, we call us, and I was still playing with the clamp on the thing, and we had a great little group. And back in the day, everybody had to have uniforms, and we couldn't afford no uniform. So my brother was in the band, and he played drums, and I was playing guitar. A boy named Banks, he was on the other guitar. Ralph Ramey, and on harmonica, and that's where we started the Red Tops. And Fuzz kind of taught me how to tune natural, and that's where that kind of started. And from one to another, boy called Bobby King, he learned me how to play. I used to clamp everything, and he learned me how to from if I wanted to go to sea, I used to have to put a clamp and go all the way down the neck. But he learned me how to play the open strings. And so that's where that kind of started from, and I've been doing it ever since.
Nice, Bob. And this was what year, Bob? Was in the 50s?
Yeah, it was 50, because I didn't start to playing music until I was 21 years old. So I tell everybody I was an old man when I first started playing the music, but I was so around so many guys that really helped me along. Boy called Fulls Calvin Jones. He learned me a lot of stuff. Bobby Anderson and a boy named Frank Jr. Then got with Bobby King, and those guys kind of taught me
Wow. And
along. Then I started, oh, I can tell this story from now on. I started playing blues, and by me being for country, they say, well, jazz was sophisticated, so then I tried to get into jazz, boy called, what was his name? I think he's a saxophone player, but I got in his band, and we was playing, doing more rehearsal, and we was playing gigs, and so he said, well, we need somebody to play some blues, then that's where Eddie Kane came into my life.
wow, wow,
So
that's a
I
nice
got
story.
with Eddie King. I got with Eddie King, and we played for a while. Then Eddie King played the blues, and he the one kind of stole the band from a Rufus Former's horn player's name. Stole it from him, and I got with Eddie King, and that's where it started.
Wow. That's a nice story, man. And you were mentioned some names there, Eddie King, Teddy Harvey, and how it was, Bob, to live in Chicago in that time, in the golden era of electric blues, man.
Oh well, I was from the West Side back in the day. The West Side didn't come to the South Side, so I stayed on the West Side, and it was great. It was back in those days. There was music every other door. Well, met Freddie King and all those guys, rehearsal, and Frank Jr. and all the older guys. A lot of people didn't even know. That's where I met them, and they was playing, and I just learned from them. But it was really great. Every night you go out, you would go to a different club.
And every time you go to a different club, some big name was there playing.
Yeah, you learn different things because I was self-learned. It's like hip and jug. I learned a lot from those guys. I don't know if you heard the name, you hip and jug, but they was two brothers. They played in the band together. Uh, Hip Langchain, he played guitar, Jug played the bass, and so he learned me a lot of stuff. James Green, boy called James Green, learned me a lot of stuff back in the day. And me and Calvin, we was just like the Gold Dust Twins. Once you saw Calvin, you saw me because I was learning from those guys. They go out and do a gig, and they come back, they want to be with the girlfriend at night and not be knocking on the door. Man, how did you do that? So it was kind of hard for me, but I had lots of guys really brought me through the rough times.
Yeah, man, that's a great story, Bob. And you recorded, you played, you worked with some of the biggest names of the blues. And what you learned from these guys that you can share with us?
Well, I learned so much from those guys. I think I can consider me playing with everybody. Played the blues from Memphis Slim, all the way down. If you name it, to the biggest blues artists to the smallest artists I have played with them. I can't name so many, but lots of the guys I played with back in those days. And if you just about look at only all the blues old records, I'm a part of it. I've been recording with Delmar about 40 years,
Wow.
and so all this old stuff from Otis Rush. I did Cold Day in Hell from Otis Rush and all those guys I've had change chance to play with. And they the one brought me along. That's the reason I really want to give little knowledge I know about the blues. I want to give it back to the younger generation. Because I had some of the old guys pulling me along, or didn't have confidence in myself, but they would come along and to try to get get me to play. Yeah. Freddie Roberts I was playing. He used to come to the house, uh, want me to play with him. I used to hide in the closet, tell my wife I wasn't at home, because he was too good. I couldn't play with him, but he saw something in me that I didn't see myself. So that was the days.
Whoa, man, that's you have so much stories, man. Every time I talk to you, I hear a different story. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
those guys
And
like there.
you talked that you recorded 40 years on Delmark, right? You have more than 100 albums
Oh,
recorded, right?
more than 100 CDs of mine. LPs or what you want to call it. Back in the days, we called it 45s or what they was putting out back in those days. That's, as I say, I've been with them about 40 years, way
Wow,
back in the.
wow, that's lots of work, man. And Bob, what about we talk a little bit about the bass guitar, your main instrument? Uh,
Well, my bass or the bass I have now, uh, I got that bass from I play and now the first bass I got it at the second bass ever on. And I've been playing over 70 years. And the red bass, what I got up and had it is that long as the first bass, and the bass I got now up and had well over 30 years because I got it from Clifton Anton. He gave me the bass. And I love the old bass. I got a new bass in Switzerland. I just use it when I go over there, but my bass that I usually use is the black one and the red bass. So it's
yeah,
been with me since beginning of time. Yeah,
both are jazz bass, right, Bob?
yeah. One is a procedure and one is uh, a jazz. The black one is a procedure. It's I think 60. I think 60, 61. Both of them about the same year.
Wow.
And I had one bass before then. Well, that story is I used to play a bass to call back in the day called a plank that Elmo James and Homesick James both of them made it. It was made a guitar, then they turned it into a bass. And I played that one until I could afford to buy one. Matter of fact, Willie Hudson let me play it. And we got it from I think from Homesick James, and I played that bass for years, and that's the bass Willie Maybon bass player played on when he cut with Willie Maybon. That's the old bass. It's worth a lot of money if I could find it now. I don't know where it is now.
And about the bass player, what is the place of a bass player in a band? How he can be on a bandstand?
Well, if you, I kind of tell the guys I teach, our job is to make the band. We the heartbeat of the band. And bass player, our job is to listen, and we there to make the artist sound good. We don't play for the bass player. Side man don't play for the audience. He play for the artist. That man. And the artist play for the people. If you make the artist sound good, then you done did your job. It's very easy for you. The music that we play, blues, is very easy for you to overplay the blues. So it's our job is to listen and listen to what the guitar is doing or the singer is doing and accomplish him. Not overplaying him. And you play what make him sound good. I don't care. You may be people won't tell you that the artist can't play with you. You say you can't play with the artist. Your job is to make him sound good. And that's what I try to teach all the kids. You can. It's not how good you can play, how good you can play with the artist. That's our job is to make him sound good. Then we'll get our strokes.
Wow. Oh, that's a precious advice, Bob. It's amazing, man. Amazing lesson. Thank you. and for a bass player, Bob, what do you consider the most important thing for him to study and to focus on?
Well, I have to focus on what as I said, listening. That's the main thing. What he's done with me by playing with lots of guys that you may get with a group that a guy been used to playing acoustic by himself. And when you play acoustic by yourself, you are kind of make changes when you feel like you can change. You can play 13 bars or what it is. And I know I play with a lots of guys. Well, Homesick James was one of those kind that you had to play along with him because he may play 13 bars, 14 bars, 9 bars. So our job is to listen to him and make the changes with him because two wrongs can make a right. If you do wrong together, it's a right. It sounds good together. So our main job is to listen and play what the instrument or who you playing with, what's comfortable for him, because you are playing for him. That's our job, not playing for the audience. You play for him. The artist play for the people. So I gotta teach that, not how good you can play, and it's that's how good you can play with the guys that you're working with.
Wow. Another very precious advice, Bob. And let's talk about the blues-based lessons from the Roots by Bob Stroger.
Oh yeah, well I'm doing I I am gonna tell the guys something about that because I kind of teach from the roots. That's what I'm playing now. It's lots of fancy players out there, but I want to learn from the roots.
Yeah.
And I play a simple bass that a guy can follow, what sounds to make the artist sound good, but it's always spots that you can shine in, or you on your turnarounds, you can do your little fancy stuff on the turnaround and the build-ups, and that's the time for you to shine. But if you're playing with the blues artist, our job is to keep the bottom and give him something to play off for. I say if a guy's comfortable playing, well, the bump, the lump, or what you want to call it, if that makes the artist sound good, that's what you play. You may get bored doing it, but you working for the artist. That's what you play. And to do your little thing, you can make the turnarounds. You can do your little shining on the turnaround. Like when I was playing with Otis, he knowed me so much that I could. He know when it's time for him to take a solo because I give him the bill up that he can play the solo. You know, it's time for play the solo, and the bass and the drums lead the bands. You can make them play loud. You can make them play soft, and that's our job. You know, to accomplish whoever you're playing for.
Wow. And all these things you said, all these advices, they are all on the masterclass. It's
Yes, everything is simple. I'm not doing a lot of fancy. I'm just simple lines that you can play when you're playing blues. You can play like you can't get with no blues player and he playing blues and you want to play funk. That don't work. You know, you got to stay in your place and give him something to work on. That's the reason me and Otis got along so good because he never wanted to fade too much of the fancy lines. You know, he just wants you to keep the barb, and so he can do what he really do. He don't never get in his way, and that's our job.
wow. And this is one of things that have in your masterclass that it's very different from regular lessons because you live it with the guys, you learn playing on the road, on the stage, right? So that's why your masterclass is very different from regular lessons.
Well, yeah, mine's a little different. I brought a little different style. A lot of guys say I play really smooth, you know, but that comes from me kind of learning a little something about jazz. You know, I play lots of chromatic notes when a lots of people play the box notes, you know. I play lots of chromatics. That's kind of smoothing the lines out. And I never overplay. I try not to get in people's way. That's when Otis Rush liked me so well. You know, he could play comfortable with me, and you know, and I never would try to play too fancy to get in his way. And that's what keep me working. And I've been in the business now for 70 years, and I'm still touring, you know, and I'm still working, still get calls.
Hey, Bob, and let me ask you, man, in all these years playing, man, what still moves you when you are playing?
Well, as I say, I love my job, and you know, it's just so much fun to me playing with artists, and I do lots of experimenting, and just playing music because I'm doing something that everybody can't do. You know, as I said, when I was growing up, I always wanted to do be something special. And playing music is special. You know, you're doing something that everyone can't do. And I just love doing it. I have so much fun doing it, you know. And this feel make me feel good to see smile on people's face when I play, you know, because they can see that I'm enjoying my job, you know.
Yeah, Bobby, we can see every time you are on stage, the way you sing, the way you look at the people always smiling. We can see in your face that you really love your job, man.
Well, yeah, you could people can feel what you're doing, and I'm not a I'm not the best bass player. I'm not the best singer, and I don't call myself a singer, but I enjoy what I'm doing, and I think people kind of love my show because they see I love what I do. I'm not playing with an attitude. I'm glad I'm playing there for them and making them have fun and I have fun with them. I do a lot of singing. I kind of sing to the people, and so that makes people feel that you're really just not an artist, sir. They feel that you're a friend of theirs, they're a friend of yours, and so that makes a difference.
Wow. Always learning a lot from you, man. And what advice, man, you can leave for young musicians that's starting to play now?
Well, I tell every musician, first of all, treat people the way you want to be treated. That's what my father always taught us. That's number one. And you know your job, as I talked earlier. You know your job. Do your job. Your job, if you what you call a side man, is to support the artist, whether you're a singer or instrument player, because in our music, you're not playing with music sheets. You playing by feel, the way you feel, by soul, and you playing off each other. You see one another laughing at one another, even through mistakes, or you playing it. You may make a mistake, but you don't make an issue out of it. You have fun doing it, and as I said, the chosen few gonna get rich playing blues. And so just have fun, work hard, and treat people the way you want to be treated.
Whoa, man. That's a very good advice, Bob. And talking about the blues lessons, what do you hope that people take away from the master class?
Well, I just hope people use common sense in what I what I try to teach is what I'm talking now, how to treat people, what your job is. That's the main thing it is. If you know your job, I don't think you're gonna go in someone else's band and go try to tell them how to do their show. You play their show the way he wanted to be played, and and play the music that fits the patterns would fit what he's doing, not because you know so much on instrument that or he can't play, or it's not your job. Your job is to play with him, not overplay him, and let him do his job. And, and then your job is done. As I say, you'll get your strokes when people come out and say, "Wow, the band sound good." But you get up there and trying to show people how fast you use on your instrument, what you can do with the instrument, but you're not playing with the group. And in any group, the group is only good is the weakest one in that band. If you play more than the weakest one in the band, it's not gonna sound good. So play what you do to make the band sound good. That's your job.
Wow, that's perfect, man. Perfect words. Thanks for sharing with us. And we are almost done here, Bob. And I want to ask you, uh, how would you like people to remember you as a musician and as a man?
I want people to remember me as a man and what I brought to them. Not that I was a great musician. I been all over the world, and I can count the people can say a bad thing about me. And treat people the way you want to be treated. And love your job, love what you're doing, because this is this can be a lot of work, it's hard. It's work, hard work, but it's fun work. And it can be a lonely job, but you got to make some way to have fun with it. And I tell the kids that I teach, don't get hung up. This is a fast lane out here. Don't get hung up. Find something to do on your off days besides drinking. Learn how to take pictures, do anything besides just laying in the hotel still drinking. And you'll be okay. And just remember me as somebody love their job and love what I'm doing, and I have fun doing it. I am nothing special. Uh, a lot of people when they're come off the bandstand, they kind of run away from the people. But I doubt that. Well, you have worked with me. We have came off the bandstand. I spent my whole uh, time off. I be standing up taking pictures with people and signing autograph for people because that's my job. That's what I love to do. I don't. And a lot of people think me as a friend. It's not a musician. That's who I want to be known by. Not somebody come and play and run off the bandstand and hide from the people because I'm there for the people.
Wow. And we see every time we play in festivals in places with lots of peoples, I always saw you doing exactly what you said. You always talking with people, stop, taking pictures, and be patient with everybody. Very kind guy, as always, Bob.
Yeah, well, that's what I love to do. People, you know, the people the way pay my rent, pay my mortgage, so I'm there for people. So if people want to take pictures with me, that's part of my job. If they want me to sign autographs or what, that's what I'm there for. And as I say, from yourself that I have set up on the front porch when I should be back resting. I'll be up there my whole animation time. I be signing autographs and taking pictures. And that's part of what I love to do. And that's what I'm for. As I say, I love my job.
Yeah, Bob. So, okay, everybody. Blues Bass Lessons from the Roots by Bob Stroger. It's officially out now. And hey, Bob, what about you invite people to come and have some blues lessons with you?
Okay, I'm looking to see it, and I hope I have lots of fans in there. I hope they get something out of what the old man trying to teach 'em.
Yeah, and have lots of precious material there, lots of bass lines, lots of stories from the road, playing with the greats. Man, I have lots of fun, man, to work with you on this project. Recording the lessons was an honor to me to be with you, uh, and I learn a lot from you always, man, always. Thank you for
Okay,
everything.
well, Sunnyland Slim, he liked me a lot, and Eddie Taylor, and I want to share it to all of my fans out there. So we gonna have some more talks later on.
For sure, my friend. Thank you one more time, Bob, for your time, man. Thank you for everything.
Okay,
And we see you each other maybe in Brazil or in Chicago. Uh,
oh,
I
it
I
sounds like a winner to me. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you for having me on. And I'm so glad to be a part of your project. Thank you so much.
well,
I see just like family. Okay then, Marco.
love you, brother.
Talk to
See
you.
you.
All right. Talk to
Bye
you
bye,
later.
Bob. Take care.
Bye bye.
Que figuraça esse Bob, hein, galera? Meu, cara, eu podia ficar aqui a noite inteira ouvindo essas histórias. Que massa, demais isso tudo, hein? Espero que você tenha gostado aí também. E como a gente falou, gravamos a Masterclass dele em novembro de 2025, aqui na Escola do Blues, em Santa Catarina, no Brasil. E agora essa Masterclass ela está disponível oficialmente. E se você quiser adquirir, então, esse documento histórico, né, que o Bob gravou, com várias aulas, ensinando todas as linhas favoritas de baixo dele, o Bob canta também em várias aulas, ele conta várias histórias da vida dele, né, histórias pessoais e também histórias na estrada, que são incríveis, assim, ó, é uma história melhor que a outra. Quanta coisa que esse cara passou ao lado das lendas aí do blues. Então, cara, essa é a tua chance. Olha só, essa oportunidade, né? Poder aprender diretamente com um genuíno bluesman, né? Um cara que viveu o blues de verdade, né? É algo muito raro, né? Ter acesso a tudo isso nos dias de hoje. E a Masterclass ela é tão rica que eu tenho certeza que quem toca blues em qualquer instrumento, com certeza vai aprender muito com os ensinamentos do Bob. E até quem não toca vai se divertir com as histórias dele e entender um pouco mais sobre o que é o blues. Essa aqui é a interface do curso, ele tem em duas versões, na versão português e na versão inglês. É o mesmo curso, o que muda é o idioma aqui da interface. Todas as aulas, elas têm legenda em inglês, português, espanhol, francês. É só você escolher dentro do player na hora que estiver assistindo. As aulas, elas estão todas organizadas aqui, ó. Ó, você clica aqui, abre, né, e escolhe. Tem bastante conteúdo aqui, ó, sobre baixo. Aí é só clicar nela aqui, ela já abre, né, o player.
Kind of teaching this simple things that bass players can play, and you're still very the line.
Ó, aí dando sequência vem a parte sobre a vida do Bob, né? Que ele conta a história dele desde lá do começo, como que era Chicago antigamente, como que ele começou a tocar, né? Ele dá várias dicas para quem está começando, conselhos, né? Para quem quer entrar nessa carreira da música. Essa parte é muito boa, são as histórias que ele conta que ele viveu na estrada ao lado dos mestres, então tem muita coisa engraçada aqui, é bom demais ouvir essas histórias do Bob. E aqui a gente tem um conteúdo extra, onde a gente vai atualizando com informações para o pessoal conhecer mais sobre o Bob e sobre a carreira dele. O link para acessar a Masterclass está aqui embaixo na descrição. Tá nos comentários, tá nos nossos grupos oficiais da live, tá no Instagram da escola e em todos os nossos canais. Então, se você gosta de blues, se você toca baixo ou simplesmente quer entender melhor essa linguagem, eu recomendo muito que você aproveite essa oportunidade. E mais uma vez, muito obrigado por estarem aqui com a gente. Obrigado ao Bob por compartilhar suas histórias. Obrigado a todos vocês que fazem parte da Escola do Blues. Não esquece de seguir a gente aqui no YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook. Acessa lá o nosso site para conhecer os nossos cursos e nos vemos em breve, hein? Viva o blues e como o próprio Bob diz, vamos manter o blues vivo. Valeu!